Yo, you guys heard of Andre Drummond going to the Cleveland Cavaliers? He was really pissed off about it. Um, I mean, I would be too if I'm going to the Cavaliers. But this is another example that um, it's okay for owners to trade a player and treat them like crap and just send them off without any warning. But if a player that's a free agent decides to go to another team, it's a problem. He has to warn the owner of the franchise that, hey, I'm going to another team. Why is that? You know, so a player can't take destiny into his own hands. He can't say, hey, I want to compete for championships, and you as a franchise not doing the right job. You want a perfect example of this? Take LeBron for example. That shitty ass Cavaliers organization surrounded that man with nothing. Okay, he would tell you from his own words that he tried to get a secondary All Star on the Cavaliers. They never did it. Okay, they was never able to pull the trigger. They were a shitty run organization, and you could tell how shitty they were when he left and how they handled it. I'm surprised he even went back to it. You know, and you got the same situation with Andre. You know, this guy wants to compete and win, and you send him to one of the worst franchises in the NBA right now, which completely sucks. You know, Kevin Love is stuck in the middle of no man's land. He doesn't want to be there, and it's kind of messed up that these franchises, just toy around with a player's career like that, but they get mad when the player changes the narrative. They go to another team. The media does the same thing because they got a lot of money invested into these players and games. So when a player goes to another team, it messes up their cash flow. All right? Forget the fact that it hurts a small city franchise. They want all these players to come to big markets because there's more money in the big markets. This is what leads to NBA politics. And this is what I'm getting at. All right? Now, if you are a person of the belief that you think the NBA is rigged, I don't, but there's a lot of people that think that. With, rightfully so. They should think that sometimes, Well, at least there's reason to give belief to that, right? Because you got players that, or teams or situations that seem a little bit suspect. Like take the Lakers for example. If the Lakers was somehow to win the championship, right? A lot of people who has these beliefs would think that the NBA was rigged because this team couldn't get past the Clippers in a regular season. So if the playoffs come in, the Lakers get all the favorite calls. Basketball is a very easy sport to change the rules, so to speak. A referee could single-handedly win a game for a team. And this is just the blind truth and the facts of it. I hate to admit stuff like that because I love basketball so much. But all it takes is to piss a referee off. Man, he could throw the game. Or he could cost you the game. You know? And when you get stuff like right before our eyes right now, you have the Bucks. Best team in the league, right? Record-wise. Get no play. They don't even get championship aspirations that much, like the Lakers and Clippers. But Lakers and Clippers don't have nearly as a better record as the Bucks. So if we reward winning, why shouldn't Giannis be the MVP candidate? He should be the top choice for MVP candidate? Period. He should get another MVP. The way he's playing, he got that team best record in the league, and on paper that team isn't so-called as deep as the Lakers and Clippers, right? So you got to give that man his credit. Another thing about NBA politics, I think they advertise and promote one player too much. As much as I like LeBron, I think they need to let a lot of players blossom and come into a superstar on their own. And they don't do that too much for the league. I think out of all the sports in the NBA, the NBA really has a problem marketing its stars. The Greek Freak. I don't see how he could have a problem being marketed. I know he's from another country, but that shouldn't come in the way of him being a good basketball player. If you like him, you should give him the approval. Let that man play. You know, um, it's a dirty game because look at it. If you have, think about this for example. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. If you have an organization that makes millions of dollars, there's no way in hell that franchise or company could survive by playing by the rules all the time because there's too many people to cater to. There's too much money going around, right? So, do I think in this NBA politics, do I think the NBA is rigged? No, but I do think it's organized. Now, this is before. This is not nothing to do with LeBron because I know you trolls, man. You guys are out of your mind, ridiculous. You think everything's about LeBron. I'm talking about the NBA as a whole. Because remember when Jordan was playing, he was heavily more promoted than LeBron. Some of you guys don't even remember Jordan because you're not from my era. But Jordan was the god, the savior of the NBA. All right, he was more heavily promoted than LeBron. He was on every commercial, every weekend. All the main games on televised, broadcast television, was the Bulls. Jordan was everywhere. He was the face of NBA, even on the commercials. But what I'm saying is, when I say organized, I mean, I think they want, they help certain teams thrive a little more. You know, they give them a little more. You know, I let that slide a little bit. That doesn't mean you're gonna win. All right. Don't think what I'm trying to tell you. Don't take it as, oh, the referees cheat for. But no, I think they try to make it a little easier. This is why. Here's another thing. You have a lot of teams that won championships, but the league didn't really got behind them and didn't want them to win. The Bad Boy Pistons was one of those teams. Dirk in 2011, the NBA didn't want that team to win. You know, the if it was set up, LeBron would have won championships every year. Jordan would have won championships every year because he was moneymakers. Kobe would have won championships every year. It's not set up like that, but it does put those guys in situations that makes life a little more easier for them because they need to be promoted more. If that makes sense. Okay, that's why I say organized. All right. Doesn't mean they don't work hard for their championships and stuff like that. But I honestly believe the NBA, to a certain extent, for certain teams, for certain players, for ratings and money, because this is a business at the end of the day, in order to pay LeBron money, he has to make you money. In order for him to make you money, he has to be in the winning situation. In order for Jordan to make you money, he has to be in a winning situation. In order for Kobe to win, he has to be in a winning situation. Okay? That, my friends, is NBA politics. All right? And that's the reason why I believe the NBA is organized. Not rigged, but organized. Peace.